So, for the last 4 years, this Swiss chard plant has been in a closed basket. Well, what's happening now is that the closed basket is getting brittle and falling apart, and it is finally starting to go to seed. I mean, I've cut off one seed stalk already, but today I am going to harvest and cut down this particular Swiss chard, and I'm going to start a new plant in a new basket. So join me as I tackle this project. So the first thing I'm going to do is harvest out this particular Swiss chard plant. So my friend at Homegrown Veg taught me a lesson, and it is go to the florist department and get their water pots. Some will sell them to you, some may give it to you for free. And they are kind of wilting, so I've got to find the ones that are good and the ones that are not so good. I really do like the stems on the Swiss chard. Most recipes tell you to cut them off. I actually love them. And at this very minute, I am not using the mic, so I'm using the mic from the camera. One of the things that I learned about Swiss chard, it keeps putting out stalks as it grows. So it just keeps, it's almost like, it's not like a vine, but it puts out stalks as it grows, and then the Swiss chard grows along it. Now all this stuff is going to go in my compost bin. The seed stock, but I got tons of Swiss chard seed in the house. So you'll see this. I mean, I've got some old landscape fabric that came out of one of these baskets, but it's time for new. And I'm going to do something different. I am going to, here's what happens. So, hopefully you can see this. It grows this long stalk. And I've been harvesting off of this thing for a while. And then I would, every so often, cut off a stalk to encourage it to grow new stock. That's so good. Yes, and sometimes I've had so many greens. It's like my freezer is full. And now I'm starting to dry greens. And okay, so I am sure that this is full of roots. And at this very moment, let's see, there's tons and tons. And as you can see, hopefully you can see, this is the landscape fabric. And I mean, yeah, it's a little old and it can be pulled apart easily, but it is still easily holding in the plant in this basket. Now, I'm going to throw away the basket because the top here was falling apart. You hear the snap? That's because plastic out in the sun here in Texas will get, what do I want to say? Okay, hello, bug. Will get brittle. But down underneath, let's see what's going on underneath. Look at this. So this is the same kind of basket. It's got a hole in the bottom. So I put them, these I get at the dollar store. This one's got a hole in it. So it didn't hold much water, but it still holds water. And I put this underneath so that some water is held in, because in these, because you've got the air pruning going on here, it'll dry out fairly quickly. And as you can see, the roots have grown out of that into this. So it wasn't getting any air pruning here, but along the sides here, there's air pruning. Now, what is air pruning? When the roots hit the air, they prune themselves off because they need dirt or they need water or they need something. Like these under here were created because it was in this. So it wasn't hitting the air, but it was having access to water. I'm going to put this back here because what I think is, because I don't think I can carry the basket. And that whole thing is going to be the bottom of my new stay-in-place, no-turning compost pile. And all of this is going to go in there, including the dirt, because the dirt will help that compost pile start. So now, what I did here, all I did was take the landscape fabric and push it down, and it had folded sides, and I had to keep tucking it back in and keep tucking it back in. So what I've decided to do, hold on a second, I'm going to cross in front of the camera. As soon as I figure out where I put them. Back. So what I decided to do is that I'm going to make a bag just like I've made for my other bags, but big enough for this. So I'm not going to measure the bottom for my circumference. I'm going to measure the top for my circumference. So how wide the bag is going to be. And then I'll make a bottom for it, which will be about the size of the bottom of this, and then put it in, and this will be a new location for a brand new, and I think I'm going to sew like 4 or 5 seeds for Swiss chard. So let's make the bag. Because the last time I did a video for making a bag, and I was filling the bag, it was terrible. And I may have put the bag, I may put up the how to make a bag video up anyway. But let's go make a new bag, and let's make it to fit the new basket. And we'll take in the Swiss chard, put it in some soapy water, and let it soak.